Okay, welcome back. In the previous lesson, we're discussing how the comparison between the bureau de change operator and the forex trader has been helpful, to enable us understand better the mindset of the forex trader. And we also said it is time now to move straight into the world of the forex trader. Okay, that was the previous video. If you haven't watched it, please do so. It's quite interesting, right? And we'll move on to the next lesson, which is this one. Okay, our disclaimer is still in place. Please remember, we do not take credit for profits. We do not take liability for losses as well. We are not investment advisors. We are providing general market commentary, and it does not constitute investment or financial advice in any way. All right, so we move on to the lesson. Okay, so now, forex trader. What are his tools? What does he use in order to look at the forex markets? Okay, we are painting this topic with a broad brush. So mind you, right, this is just an introduction, especially for those who know nothing really about forex trading and who want to learn forex trading, want to have a better background understanding of what it is. Okay, so we go on from there. Now, the first tool, we're not looking at them based on their importance. We're not listing them based on their importance. Let's just say one of the tools used by a forex trader is technical analysis, right? Now, what is technical analysis? We'll discuss that. The second is fundamental analysis. In no particular order, right? They're all important. Now, the third tool is, for those who use it, sentiment analysis, right? So these are the three tools. Broad tools you find prevalent within the context of forex trading. Okay. Now, move on. Let's start with technical analysis. This is just a broad introduction, right? So take it as such. It's an important broad introduction. Okay, so move on. All we have been doing so far till now has been essentially technical analysis. Those two charts we were looking at, the 6th and the 18th, in previous videos of January, are all an example of technical analysis, right? But there's more to technical analysis. There are other tools that can be brought in to help better view the charts, right? In this instance, I just picked up a few of them, right? You can see a lot of these used by traders, and there are far more than these, okay? There's an ocean of technical tools available for forex traders, depending on the style of trading that you deploy, okay? We are looking at the same charts, okay? Mind you, I just simply added some more tools, right? So we look at price action and we try to read where price will go next based on the historical performance of price. Okay, that's simply what technical analysis is. Okay, so we'll move on. This is just an introduction, so let's not dwell on that. Fundamental analysis. Okay, makes sense. Fundamental, what's underneath? What's the foundation, right? If there is war in the country, right? This is technically, this is actually a picture of the US troops in Iraq, I believe. Okay. What do you think at that time was happening to the Iraqi currency? Right? There's a war, there was a war in the country, the currency would suffer. You see? What if you have a flood? Well, in this instance, I think this may have happened somewhere in Southeast Asia. I'm not sure. Maybe in India itself. But at that particular time, what do you think would happen to the currency? The currency would suffer. When I say the currency would suffer, I mean the currency would suffer comparative to other currencies that are not experiencing natural disaster. The currency will suffer in comparison to other currencies that are not experiencing war. You get it, right? After all, we are talking about forex trading. You need two currencies to trade. So this is what traders look at before they buy or sell a currency. Things are not always bad. What about in a country where there is almost full employment? The economy is bright and shiny, things are going well. What do you get there? You get the currency riding on a prosperous economy. See, when you have an economy where there's wealth and development, same thing. The currency will ride on the prosperity of the economy. That essentially is what fundamental analysis is. Looking at the underlying factors within a country that can impact the currency's performance in the markets. You need to see a country as, well, broadly, as a company, okay, and the country's currency as its shares. The shares for a company that is not doing well will definitely fall in value, and the shares of a currency that does well, of a company that does well will, of course, rise in value. Same thing in this instance. We're talking of a country. So if the country is doing well, its currency does well. So I'm trying to show you what the importance of fundamental analysis is to currency trading. So it's used to analyze whether to buy or to sell. Very important. Now, there is sentiment analysis. This is a broad topic. So I'll take it from one end, okay? There are other aspects of sentiment analysis, but I'll take it from one end, okay? We're going to look at it from the end of the big banks. The big banks that move the forex markets. One of them is JP Morgan. We have all sorts of them. We're not going to mention names here now. There are another time for that, perhaps. Now, there is a report that comes out every week. On Tuesday, it's mandated, especially by a particular body in the US, for banks in the US, many of which, of course, move the forex markets, to report what currency they are willing to, they are looking at buying next week. They are committed to buying next week. This report is called the COT report, right? The Commitment of Traders report. Now, this report is released every Friday to the public. And this way, traders can take a look at the report and have an idea of the sentiment the feelings of the banks regarding one currency as against another, right? Like I said, sentiment analysis is broad. I'm only taking one aspect of it, since this is an introduction. Okay, so why do we need to know what the banks are buying or selling in the forex markets? I think I've explained it already. Banks move the markets. These banks move the markets. In fact, banks are the biggest players in the forex markets. That's very important. Okay. All right. So when we come back in the next video, we'll look at the hierarchy of the players in the forex markets. So I'll talk to you later. See you in the next video.